There are new updates about Avengers 5, and I've been dying to talk about this with you guys because I actually think these updates are really encouraging. And according to this new article, they've got a script. They're looking at Shawn Levy to come in, and strangely, the movie is not going to focus on a small team of Avengers, but instead 60 plus Marvel characters.
What did he say?
I think this is actually awesome. I think these reports are great, and I can see how they are changing the movie and why I think it's actually going to work. Properly set up Secret Wars, avoid some of the problems that Phase 4 and Phase 5 have had thus far. But I also could just be huffing copium, man. Like, I could just be hard coping, and so I'm going to tell you guys what's in the report. I'm going to explain why I think it's dope, and then you can let me know what you think in the comment section. Am I just coping here, or do you see what I'm saying? Like, do you also think this shit could be awesome? First up, this is coming out in an article from Deadline. And the article's titled, "With Deadpool and Wolverine set to save the summer, Shawn Levy tops the list to direct Marvel's next Avengers movie?" The article reads, "Exclusive as Deadpool and Wolverine tracks huge ahead of its July 26th release and looms as a summer box office savior, we can reveal that director Shawn Levy is the top choice and is having early conversations to direct another Marvel studio pick, the next Avengers movie."
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
Deadline hears that Levy has been given the latest script by Michael Waldron, though sources add that he has not given an answer on whether he will take the job, and the studio is still planning to meet with other directors while they wait on a decision from him. Now, the article goes on to mention that he's got stuff going on with Stranger Things, and we're not really sure if he's going to take this job, right? But he's the top pick. He has been given a script by Michael Waldron. Now, the first thing that has me excited about this is that there's a script. They have a script. They've been working a lot, man, over the past year. Michael Waldron's been doing draft after draft, so they have some kind of a script. They have an idea of what they want the next Avengers movie to be. And Shawn Levy has read the script, and he's considering directing Avengers 5. That's mind-blowing to me, and oh my God, do I want so badly to read that script. And I think, number one, this just shows that Marvel is incredibly satisfied with what's going on with Deadpool and Wolverine. They think it's going to be a huge hit. They love what Levy did with that movie. And so it absolutely tracks that they would want that guy to do Avengers 5. Like, we've seen this before. It's a real Hollywood thing. The hot director that has a big project that's about to come out signs up for something else, so they want that momentum to just carry over. The other thing that's really cool about this is it shows that there's probably some legitimacy to the rumors that Deadpool and Wolverine are going to be in Avengers 5. That came out from the rumor mill a couple of weeks ago. Marvel's apparently so satisfied with Deadpool and Wolverine that they want both of those characters to be in Avengers 5. And I think that's a great move. Currently, right now, the Avengers roster's pretty light. It's not big. People don't love a lot of the characters that would be on that roster. And we have been hearing through the rumor mill that Marvel was adding more multiversal elements to Avengers 5. And there's still a lot of question as to whether or not this will resemble anything like what the Kang Dynasty was originally going to be, or is this just Secret Wars Part 1? But that nicely brings us to the next part of the article, where they talk about what they know about the story and this 60 plus Marvel character ensemble.
Oh my God!
The article in Deadline reads, "Even with no director set and the script only recently coming in, Marvel has been working hard in recent months to pull this together so shooting can begin next year on one of Marvel's largest productions to date. Sources close to both the projects say more than 60 MCU characters could reprise their roles, including everyone from Mark Ruffalo, Chris Hemsworth, Benedict Cumberbatch, to Tom Hiddleston, Simu Liu, Karen Gillan." And then this part's important. "Unlike the first 4 films in which there was a core group that consisted of Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, Jeremy Renner, Hemsworth, and Ruffalo, many of the characters in this film would have equal footing, making it more of an ensemble feature instead of a handful of characters leading the team." And holy banana nut muffin on a Sunday morning, that is shocking news. And just yesterday, Jeff Snyder reported that 65 Marvel characters are going to be reprising their role in Avengers 5. And look, man, this is one of those situations where I think a lot of people's gut reaction to this is like, I don't know about that. But to me, I love it, dude. Like, I absolutely love it. And the reason is because currently there is no Avengers team. There's no Avengers team that I think people really care about. And so I like this strategy from Marvel. Instead of just trying to make Avengers 5 about the lackluster Avengers lineup fighting against some villain that is essentially just Kang or a proxy for Kang, instead you show the entire Marvel universe as it currently is dealing with this multiversal breaking threat. I think that solves the problem of this Avengers cast just not being the same, not feeling the same, and not having had other Avengers movies together. There's been really no development of that team, and I think there still will be. Like, I've said this before, but I do think that core group of Avengers is probably going to be telling stories in like Shang-Chi 2. But if Avengers 5 is 65 characters, that's everybody, man. That's the Eternals, Celestials, that's people like the Grand Master. It's potentially people like Hela. It's potentially villains like even Thanos and other Ultrons and things of that nature. It's all the Earthbound characters. This includes like Moon Knight, She-Hulk, Miss Marvel. You know, it's probably going to include Captain Marvel, Sam Wilson, Hulk, War Machine, Ironheart, Thor, that Love character, maybe Deadpool and Wolverine, maybe Fox X-Men in separate universes like the one we visit at the end of the Marvels. And the article also directly mentions Tom Hiddleston and Benedict Cumberbatch, who are both doing crazy cosmic level multiversal things. Doc Strange is with Clea. He might be doing Black Priest type stuff to stop the incursions. Loki's trying to hold the entire multiverse together. And so I think what you're likely to see is something similar to Infinity War. Like, think more Infinity War than Age of Ultron or Avengers 1. We will see from all kinds of different perspectives through the lenses of all kinds of different Marvel characters what is happening as the multiverse collapses. And so I genuinely think that's awesome, dude. That's so much cooler than like Sam Wilson, She-Hulk, and Moon Knight fighting against friggin' Victor Timely or some silly, stupid shit like that. And the other side of this that's really cool has to do with who will they be fighting. Now, the article reads here, plot details are unknown, and following Jonathan Majors' exit from the MCU as Kang following his reckless assault conviction in December, it is unknown who the central villain would be, or if the film could potentially include multiple antagonists. Now, just a couple of weeks ago, insider Daniel RPK did talk about how Marvel is still going to have Kang as one of the villains in this movie, but they definitely wanted another big villain. And this is maybe one of the most mysterious aspects of this movie. A lot of people think maybe they'll just do Doctor Doom. There's been a lot of buzz about King Thanos, a Thanos variant coming in to Avengers 5. I think it's possible some of the 65 Marvel characters could be villains, like a James Spader returning as Ultron, or like Kate Blanchett returning as Hela. So there's the opportunity here to have other villains come into the fold. And I continue to believe that a Beyonder version of Kang is still the big bad of Secret Wars, or maybe the first big bad of Secret Wars, because there's still the potential that Doctor Doom takes all his power and Doctor Doom becomes the big bad. We've heard some buzz about Marvel potentially recasting Kang, but a lot of that's been very downplayed by other insiders and scoopers. The truth of the matter is we are just unsure, but the solution, or at least the current solution, is in a script that Shawn Levy has read. I sort of strongly feel if Kang was just the main villain still, we would have heard that in this article. I think Deadline, just like many of us, recognizes that that's pretty unlikely. And I think, by the way, if there was actual reports of that, if that was really what they were doing, I don't feel as though they would be afraid to report that. That would be a massive story. And the article mentioning possible other villains and the idea of many antagonists, I think that's actually a clue, even though they're not confirming it in the article. I think the very fact that they are talking about that, and we've heard other similar reports, that suggests to me that that's the direction it's going to go. And let me just tell you, if we end up getting this huge multiversal ensemble film that just shows all of these different villains, which end up all working for Kang or Beyonder Kang, and maybe they are all trying to stop the Avengers or different heroes from different parts of the multiverse because those heroes want to stop the Beyonder Kang from destroying the entire multiverse and creating Battle World. If that's what it is, and we get this really cool precursor to Secret Wars with a ton of the current Marvel characters kind of fighting to the death against crazy versions of villains from throughout Marvel's history and throughout the Marvel multiverse, like, I just really think that's juicy, man. It seems like Marvel's just dialing it up for Avengers 5. I'm really excited about it. Or maybe I'm just stuck on the copium, man. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comment section below. Smash a like on this video if you enjoyed getting your update and hearing some of the speculation as to why I think this is cool. And as I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I will see you in the next video.